Μας δόθηκε η εικόνα ότι οι Εβραίοι μεταφέρονταν στα στρατόπεδα σε βαγόνια για ζώα σε άθλιες συνθήκες. Μερικώς αυτή η εικόνα είναι σωστή. Ας δούμε όμως ολόκληρη την εικόνα, δηλαδή αυτά που δεν σας δείχνουν σε φιλμ όπως Schindler's List. Εβραίοι μεταφέρονται με κανονικά επιβατικά τρένα στο Auschwitz.
So they took you and your family and put you on a train to Auschwitz.
Yeah,
With your children and your wife.
yeah.
And when you got to Auschwitz, what happened? Were you in cattle cars?
No, my part, I was in a passenger part.
Passenger.
Passenger.
I see. This was November 1942.
1942.
Yes.
1943, in April, May, June, something, they liquidated, and we were sent. They gave us a nice train. They said us we're going to Lodz. We wound up in Birkenau.
How long does it take to go?
I don't know, about 3, 4, 5 hours. Who knows? Who knows who looked at? We wanted to go on forever, this train.
Did anyone try to get off the train?
No, nobody did, no. It was a passenger train. Yeah.
Well, we still were very lucky because they gave us a regular train. Well, we still were very lucky because they gave us a regular train. So we start to believe that it's probably going to a pension. When we arrived we didn't know where we are. When we arrived, we looked out the windows, we saw people in stripes, suits. So we really thought for a minute that it's pajamas. So we said, oh, he didn't say a lie, it's probably a hospital, we see people in pajamas. The train stopped, we came out, and we saw that we are in Birkenau, where it says, Arbeit macht das Leben frei. And there had to line up separate women and separate men. And they took us to the sauna.
How long were you there at this time at
We were there a few months.
Annaberg?
We were there a few months, one day. Exactly, I don't remember exact date, just I think somewhere in the summer, September or whatever, approximately. At the job, right at the job, they got us together, all of us. They took us to a train. We didn't know where we're going. We didn't, whatever he had in the camp is gone. We didn't go back to Annaberg. They took us right from the job, took us to the train station. Not a station exactly. At that time, we were on a passenger train at that time. They put us all, there was 400 and I think 17 people on that train of us. And we got so used to the Gestapo, whoever was taking us, and they got used to us because they realized we weren't criminals. And they knew we just in because we're Jews. There was a lot of Germans that were decent people too. That's not because they had to do the job. And there's people already, those SS came back from the war. There were a lot of them injured. They weren't good anymore for being in the army. And they released them into being, they took those jobs to be protected. And they were, at that time, remember in our wagon, the train, was a German, an SS, and he says, I tell you the truth, I don't know where you're going. We're going, he says, I don't know where we're going. He maybe knew it didn't well. And we came to a city not far from Auschwitz. The city is Myslivitz, was about 50 kilometers out of Auschwitz. And you know they had red caps on the trains.
They had what?
Red caps, the guy who orders the train to run.
Red Caps.
And he spoke in Polish. He says to us, we looked through the window. He said, I feel sorry for you guys. You're all going to Auschwitz.
Did you know what Auschwitz was at that time?
We knew what Auschwitz was. You knew Auschwitz was a destruction camp. We knew that. Okay, took us, we landed, we came into Auschwitz about 8 o'clock at night. And the train stopped and we see the camp all lit up. That was Birkenau. We didn't go into Auschwitz, we went to Birkenau. Birkenau is about 2-3 kilometers out of Auschwitz. And we stopped, the train stopped, then another train came from the other side and they pulled us into the camp. They pulled us into the camp, was like a train station there.
They brought us to the train station of that small town, Plenen. Although people say you must have known, in reality, I did not know that I'd been shipped to Auschwitz. I was facing the train and I did not know I'm going to Auschwitz because Auschwitz was not popularized. People didn't know even where Auschwitz was. People didn't know that Auschwitz was in Silesia, in the lower part of Poland, not far from Krakow. People didn't know. We got on a train. It was a long train. There were a combination of passenger cars and freight cars, open freight cars and closed freight cars. Long, long train. I happened to get in a passenger car.
This train from Ravensbrück to Malchow was a regular train. We sat like tourists on benches with a little table near the window that could be set, but nothing to eat naturally. But you were for a moment, that's a train they assigned to us.